Yesterday, it was all about Leo Messi, wasn't it? Is this the response now from Cristiano Ronaldo?
That's a great game for him to have. Obviously, Uzbekistan are first debutants here, not known for their football, more known for, obviously, MMA, fighting and wrestling, the country as a whole. So, yeah, it's great that they've invested into sport, but it's a nice game to have, isn't it, when Messi's getting all the accolades, and it's a game where Portugal will dominate the football. He'll get a lot of opportunities, and he's taken both goals very, very well.
All the stats yesterday were Leo Messi, the first to do this, the first to do that. At least now Ronaldo's got one to his name. Nigel, the first player to score in the six, because as we know, it's only him, Messi, and one other player to do it.
Yeah, that's always been the conversation, is it Ronaldo, is it Messi? And then obviously how Messi started this World Cup, he's been absolutely phenomenal and seems to be aging like fine wine. And then obviously there was a lot of criticism in the first game of Portugal with Ronaldo, and is he hindering the team more so than helping him? It's great for his confidence. You know, obviously, like Troy said, it is Uzbekistan, debuts in the World Cup. So it's great for Ronaldo to get the confidence again, and for all the Ronaldo fans to get happy. And again, he made history now with being the first player to score in 6 consecutive World Cups. So again, the conversation continues, but more so for him, I think he needed that goal. With everything that happened in the first game and all the negative criticism and press that he's had to deal with, and Portugal as a nation, and even Roberto Martinez, the managers, had to come and address that to say that, yes, he will start for the nation and he is still there as a captain. But it's really great for him again. And just historically what he's done for the game of football, how he's worked at his game. You know, for me, I always say this about Ronaldo. When you talk about dedication, professionalism and commitment to the game, that is the best it gets. I've not seen a player as dedicated to become the best in the world as him. He is really the most dedicated player I've ever seen in his behaviour on the field, off the field, and just a love of the game. So it's credit to him in that. You know, when you talk about Messi, Messi's more of a natural gift that you can't coach. You can't coach a player or a young kid to become like Messi. That is just a God-given gift and talent for how he plays the game of football. But for both of them, in the years we've had this debate, watching these two players, it's great that they're both making history in their own individual moments.
What a way to cover it, Nigel.
Want a glass of water?
She answers me a question, I answer it, I put it in there, and it's a problem.
He answered 3 sheets, 3 slides went past.
We're out of graphics. He's still going.
When you talk about all the other stars that you mentioned scoring, and everyone talking about this being a World Cup so far, about the stars, you know, the best strikers in the world, they're all scoring goals and everyone's chipping in. With the first game that they had, and then obviously this game today, it was all about Ronaldo, and he got the 2 goals. So some people will be very happy about it. But again, for me, it's Uzbekistan. I think I judge Portugal on higher standard opponents, and that's no disrespect to Uzbekistan, but Portugal will be on the same level of France, England, Germany. Teams like that is where we're going to really learn how good this Portugal side is.
It's so true. It's hard to use Uzbekistan as a true measuring stick, isn't it, for Portugal's outlook in this World Cup?
Yeah, it is, but also they needed to win, right? A lot of pressure, a lot of scrutiny on Ronaldo, on the manager, on the team as a whole. So still had to get the job done. Thought towards the end there, they were still forcing it to get him that hat-trick and make it about him. And again, you could see the aura and the whole mystique of Cristiano Ronaldo's, of what his legacy is, right? He scores a lot of goals and the team would go, right, get him the ball, get him the ball. But they'll be happy. Rafael Leao scored as well, so, you know, some goals off the bench. But, yeah, I think bigger picture, there's a lot to learn from this Portugal team, and we'll sadly now only really know about this in the games that matter, where they can go home. So, yeah, bit underwhelmed is what I would say Portugal have been so far over the last 2 games.
Is that hard to say with a 5-0 win, though, Grell? Or do you have to take everything into consideration?
No, you have to take everything into consideration. I see it both ways, too, because we sat here yesterday and we said that we gave Messi the flowers and Mbappe the flowers, Haaland the flowers about how great they are, and Messi how great they are. And now Ronaldo does the same thing, and people are like, well, why don't you say the same thing? Because we watch football for a living. And so I know when a difficult game comes for Argentina, I know that Messi's going to make the difference. When a difficult game comes for Portugal, I have an inkling, from as much as football that I watch, that he's just going to get in the way like he did in the first game. So regardless that he scored 2 goals today, give him the flowers. He's an incredible player, unbelievable career. Bring you to a crazy home if you think otherwise. But I think when the big games come, when the big moments come, I think Messi will be at the forefront of it. I think he'll be critical for Argentina. when the big moments come for Portugal, I don't think Ronaldo will be as critical in those moments. We're not going to be able to make those conclusions against Uzbekistan, for sure. But Messi has a World Cup. He won the last World Cup with Argentina. I don't think that Ronaldo can play at those levels. And also, I know this is the oldest argument of all time, but if you think Messi and Ronaldo are in the same conversation, you shouldn't watch. Football is maybe not for you. Maybe there's something else for you.
That's a bit harsh, though, Grella, isn't it? In the debate that
they're not in the same conversation. They're literally not in the same conversation. Actually,
when did you come to that conclusion?
You know, when I go to a party, I go to a backyard party, or I speak to people like Poppy or whatever. No, I'm just kidding. But when I go to a backyard party and speak to a neutral, someone who has very little bit, you know, or someone who wants to talk to me about football, and if right away I'll go, you know, or they'll bring up to me and they go, yeah, I'm a Ronaldo fan, I'm not a Messi fan. Right away, I go, I don't need to speak to them the rest of the day. There's no point. Because if you can't see the difference, then you can't see.
Portugal, they're at the top, but as you can see, Colombia and DR Congo still to play later on tonight. Uzbekistan, the newcomers, they've had a really tough go of it. No points. It is their first World Cup, though. They are one of 4 debutants for this larger, expanded format. So Portugal, the path forward for them looks like this with the scenarios. Obviously, still another game to go. We'll see what happens in that final game for them against Colombia. But if they win Group K, they're going to face 3rd place. That's either Ghana, Croatia or Senegal, you would imagine, from the England group. If they finish in 2nd, though, as the runner-up, they've got Croatia with the highest percentage, then Ghana, England with a 10% chance. So the reality is, it looks like they're either going to face Ghana or Croatia, right, Nigel? And on paper, you would have to favour Portugal against either of those. Do you think it'll play out that way?
On paper, you'd favour them because of the quality and the names that you see on that Portuguese starting lineup. But I don't think it will be an easy game for them. I think it'll be a good test. I think all you have to look at is the DR Congo game, how difficult they were. A lot more of athletic players willing to take Portuguese players on and put them under pressure and make them defend. And I think that's what you're going to find when you, not so much from the Croatia side of things, because Croatia, you know what you're going to get there, good footballing nation, how they play. Maybe not as mobile, athletic, but they do have the quality at times in the right moments where they could cause this Portuguese side problems. I'll probably say for Ghana, they've probably got a few more athletic players who can cause some problems. So again, they will be good tests for Portugal, but for the squad and the players that they have, they will be favourites in both those ties.
Would they prefer to face Ghana? Is that easy to say?
Yeah, Ghana are all over the place. No, again, a month before this World Cup, they employed their new manager, who is obviously a defensive-minded coach. They've also lost one of their best players as well. In Kudus, who's obviously not there with them, it's Semenyo or nothing. So it's like it's not a fair representation of who they are and what they are, because they haven't had the chance to prepare. Also, their best player's one of their best players isn't there. Can you imagine playing a team that had Kudus on one side, Semenyo on another? It's very, very difficult. Unfortunately, now it's all down the right-hand side. It's all to Semenyo, and teams they become a little bit predictable. So it's not a fair representation. They don't want Senegal, I'll tell you that. Because if they get Senegal, I'll tell you now, Portugal are out. Senegal run all over them.
You think?
Yeah, DR Congo showed you the blueprint.
That's what it is.
Sit in, be low and compact, and then whenever you can, as Luis Morte said, make it a physical contest, run over them, do the things they don't want to do. And when you talk about a front three, you've got Ismail Assar, you've got Mane, and you've got Nicholas Jackson. There's not many in this competition that can do the physical side of the game better than those three. So, yeah, they want to hope it's Ghana and not any of the other two, because it'll be a lot trickier.